Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskritya
Narayanam Namaskritya.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tato Jayamudiraye.
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya.
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke
Bhagavati Uttama Shloke.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki.
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki.
Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto number 3, chapter number 22, text number 8. Sa Bhavan Tuhitra Sneha Pariklishthatmano Mama Shrotum Arhasi Dinasya Shavitam Kripaya Mune Sabhavan Dushitra Sneha Parikshlitatmano Mama Shrotum Arhasi Dinasya Shravitam Kripaya Mune
Sabhavan duhitra sneha Pariklishthatmano mama Shrotum arhasi dinasya Shravitam kripaya mune Sabhavan duhitra sneha Pariklishthatmano mama Shrotum arhasi dinasya Shravitam kripaya mune Sabhavan duhitra sneha Pariklishthatmano mama Shrotum arhasi dinasya Shravitam kripaya mune
Sa yourself. Bhavan your honor. Duhitra Sneha by affection for my daughter. Pariklikshita Atmanaha whose mind is agitated. Mama my Shrotum to listen. Arhasi be pleased. Dinasya of my humble self. Shravitam to the prayer. Kripaya graciously. Mune O sage. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. O great sage, graciously be pleased to listen to the prayer of my humble self, for my mind is troubled by affection for my daughter. Translation with repetition. O great sage, graciously be pleased to listen to the prayer of my humble self, for mind is troubled by affection for my daughter. Purport. When a disciple is perfectly in consonance with the spiritual master, having received his message and executed it perfectly and sincerely, he has a right to ask particular favor from the spiritual master. Generally, a pure devotee of the Lord or a pure disciple of a bona fide spiritual master does not ask any favor either from the Lord or the spiritual master. But even if there is a need for such to ask a favor for the spiritual master, one cannot ask that favor without satisfying him fully. Swayambhuva Manu wanted to disclose his mind regarding the function he wanted to execute to the affection for his daughter. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta book. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So here Kardam Muni is saying that my mind is disturbed because of affection for my daughter. So in spiritual life also, we will come across many situations, many circumstances when our mind is disturbed. And as we know, Maya is also divine energy of the Lord. Maya will bring forth or put us in situations where we will be agitated, we will be disturbed. And sometimes the disturbance can be where your mind is very agitated because there was no fault of mine. Why was I scolded? Why it happened to me? When there is justice, then the mind generally reconciles. If traffic light is there, you did not stop and you were penalized, it can be very easy to reconcile. My mistake. Or you're carrying Mahaprasadam and the whole bucket or whole that whatever fell from this thing, everything got spilled, and because you were very careless, then somebody scolds, quickly we can reconcile. But many times, mind will not be able to reconcile. Why it happened to me? Why this happened to me? So one thing, a very fundamental truth of this world is, although there is fight for justice in this world, everyone fight for justice. Big courts are there to deliver justice. But in one sense, at a vyavaharik level, at a material level, there is no justice. Although attempts are being made. Now, I'll give you a few examples why there is no justice, or the desire to seek justice, perfect justice at a vyavaharik level, at a material level, will always lead to frustration. To the best of our ability, we can seek justice, and for that justice, we can even put some efforts. But only if I get perfect justice, my mind will be peaceful, is a recipe of disaster. Why I say at a vyavaharik level, even at a fundamental level, if you see, everyone is born. We didn't choose our parents. We didn't choose the circumstances. Everyone is given different treatment. Where is justice? We don't question all this, but injustice is all around us. Somebody is so brilliant. Somebody is Buddha. Somebody is born healthy. Somebody is born in rich family. Somebody is born in slum. At a vyavaharik level, justice is not there, but at a karmic level, perfect justice is there. Nothing is happening by accident. Nothing is happening by chance. That's why Krishna in the Gita many places says you have the right to do your duty. Don't be attached to the result. You may have put the best of efforts, you would have sincerely worked, still result may not come. Because now mind will say, where is justice? I've worked so hard, he did not work. How he got this thing? My elder brother, he is from IIT Bombay and from IIM. He did. My study table and his study table were by the side, in the same room. Small house. But so we were studying same. And I can clearly make out he was not putting more effort. He was not working very hard compared to me. The number of hours which he used to study, even I used to study. Where is justice? So if we start seeking justice at it was no fault of mine, how did I get a scolding? Then we'll get frustrated. Now, I again say we have to avoid two extremes. One is, there is no justice, so anybody can do anything. Somebody can come and slap, there is no justice. It's okay. Karmic level, there is justice, so accept the slap. That is also one extreme. The other extreme is, how can he do that to me? And whole movies are made, somebody did something, and to take that revenge, the whole 3-hour movie is made. So, one cannot be peaceful. So, see, it's all about how we think. It's good we should memorize verses, Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagwan, all that is very good. Shirodakshaya Vishnu, Karondakshaya Vishnu, all that we should know. But the real test will come at ground level. How you handle, how you think, what has happened to you. That's where Maya will attack. So what's the answer? First and foremost, I tell all the devotees, keep in mind this. This is Brahmastra. Brahmastra means if when the fight happens, first all the countries, they will try machine guns, AK-47, then tanks. When nothing is working, what they'll do? Atom bomb. Right? All the countries, why? The nuclear bombs. This is the ultimate thing. Even Russia-Ukraine war, at one point when Russia was seeing that, they are trying to attack and, Ukraine is also getting all the arms from European countries and America. What's the point? The war is leading nowhere. So at one point, there was a great possibility of Russia using nuclear bomb. So some drills were happening, those missiles were taken out. So, what is Brahmastra for us devotees when we face situations where mind is agitated and we feel it is injustice? What is the Brahmastra? Anyone can tell? This Brahmastra, if you apply, you will be peaceful. Other philosophy may not work. But this Brahmastra, if you apply, it will be peaceful. What is that Brahmastra? Anyone knows? So this is Bhagavatam verse. We should memorize, we should practice it. Tatya anukampam susamiksha mano bhunjana evatma kritam vipakam. Tatya anukampam bhunjana evatma, it's my doing. I deserve it. I am wrong. I was wrong. This is Brahmastra. And this is not just for you, this is Bhagavatam philosophy. Why this is Bhagavatam philosophy? Because many things you're not aware. All the parameters you're not aware. Your karmic reactions, Krishna's special grace, what Krishna wants to take you through, what lessons he wants you to learn, you're not aware. What we are aware is just a small fraction of the reality. So when there is seemingly injustice, it's very easy to reconcile. Seemingly injustice and injustice. Justice, there is no perfect justice in this material world. I'll give you another example. This happened. I can clearly remember that this thing. In Cord Road, in Bangalore, from soap factory, one auto was coming, perfect speed, perfectly in a disciplined way it was driving. And from there, a lorry, the other side, from Mahalakshmi outside, loaded with stones. Kacha lorry. Kacha lorry means, you have not very pakka. So that lorry lost control, maybe that some steering wheel, that whole thing broke. That lorry, because it was so heavy, it was coming down, and that is a little inclined thing from Mahalakshmi Lord. It crossed the divider, came to the other side of the road. This auto was going it, hit it, and it was such speed and such heavy weight because of this. Right? This auto person and this thing got crushed. This whole auto got crushed with the wall of this temple, and on the spot, dead. Where is justice? Auto driver, right speed, following all traffic laws. The lorry, you can say it is his mistake. If you ask him, he says, steering wheel broke. Came, hit him, and spot this auto driver. Lorry driver probably didn't die. It was huge, big lorry. So we all should, as a matter of duty, we can ask for justice. Somebody is scolded, we can reason out, no, Prabhu, it was not my mistake. Actually, this is the truth. But until we get perfect justice, my mind will not be peaceful, I will not be satisfied. It's a recipe for disaster. Now coming back to that devotee asking, first and foremost, with humility, we should understand what is my adhikara that I will get everything perfect. What about my past karmic baggages? What if in last life I have troubled so many people? Where are those reactions? We all are, in one sense, if you see, we all are. Suppose somebody is troubling us also, we are getting what is due to him, due to us. He is becoming a nimitta. He is becoming a immediate cause. Just like immediate cause for rain is clouds, but it is not the ultimate cloud. There is evaporation of water, there is sunshine. Ultimate cause of all causes is Krishna. That faith we should have. Ultimate cause. Ultimately, we are getting what is due to us. We are seeking justice in a world where injustice is right in front of us. Everyone is born in different family. Everyone has different intelligence. Everyone has a different color, complexion. Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shri. There is so much of disparity. And we didn't choose. We don't question that injustice. I didn't choose why I was born. Somebody is born blind. I didn't do any mistake. Sometimes people ask, what mistake the child did? He is innocent. When tsunami happened, a lot of children got killed. What mistake the child did? Innocent child. At a Vyavaharik level, innocent. Karmic level, we all have a baggage. So we should not, when at a material level there is apparent injustice, we should very quickly reconcile with karmic level justice. And that is, it's my doing. And this is not just to console ourselves. It's a fact. It's a reality. We are getting what is due to us. And it is humility, just like here it is said, Kardum Muni, although my mind is getting, but I am humbly requesting. So humility, once Srila Prabhupada, he was in San Francisco and initiation ceremony was happening. You see how devotees, generally devotees who are, humility is, sign of advancement is humility. We quickly reconcile. Mind temporarily will get agitated. Somebody scolds, momentarily feeling of bad will come. But to carry that feeling, to carry that revenge mentality, sometimes stop talking to someone. For days together, for months together, for years together. That's wrong. I had shared that knowing doing gap. You know that I should not get angry, but you lost temper. It's perfectly fine. Because the situation arose, we could not control, and it's perfect. We used even some wrong words. What happens in the moment, fully it's not in our control. Because yantra, programs, habitual responses are there. But how we reconcile with that and how much we get disturbed, that to a large extent is in our hands. So Srila Prabhupada was in San Francisco, there was first initiation ceremony happening. And imagine all the devotees, they have never seen initiation ceremony. No idea. Once we know, in our mind we can visualize what is initiation. Yagna will be there, flowers has to be arranged, Yagna Kunda has to be arranged. First time is happening, these devotees, many of these foreigners, Westerners, no idea whatsoever of initiation ceremony. So Prabhupada had given some direction, but the day of initiation is about to happen, nothing is arranged. So Prabhupada was very upset. So then Prabhupada said, where are the fruits? In the Yagna Kunda, for offerings, fruit is to be there and then the offering is to be there. So where are the fruits? So one devotee, no, Prabhupada forgot, I'll bring it. So he went to the kitchen and after 5 minutes came, all the fruits nicely cut. Prabhupada, fruits for you. Prabhupada became all the more upset. So like that, the ceremony, he's getting more and more angry because nothing is arranged. Everything is topsy-turvy. Prabhupada fruits. So then one hippie was there. He was on and off coming to the temple, not serious in Krishna consciousness. So he had seen whenever devotees were preaching, somebody would get angry, somebody would get angry. So devotees will say, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. So the devotee, that person, did not know who was Prabhupada. So he came to Prabhupada and says, chant Hare Krishna. So Prabhupada took out his japa mala, took it, chant Hare Krishna, Krishna. So Prabhupada was humble. Imagine a hippie saying to an acharya, chant Hare Krishna, be happy. And he says, yes. See, momentarily getting upset is one thing. And to remain upset, to have those ill feelings and, continue to be hurt is seriously how we think after that incident. So Maya will give lot of tests, a lot of so-called unpleasant things will happen. So-called injustice will happen. And if we demand justice, seek justice, perfect justice, unless perfect justice, for no fault of mine, how I was scolded, it will happen. Just because he's short-tempered, he's scolded. Prabhupada also says, all kind of people are there. In a hospital, spiritual hospital, somebody has TB, somebody has this thing. So somebody of us who may join may be short-tempered. Some of us may be egoistic. Some of us may have controlling tendency. So how we reconcile? We don't say, okay, why me? Again, how we interpret. There's a very nice statement which I read across. For a perceiver, perceived reality is reality. I repeat, every one of us have a different reality, which is perceived reality. What I perceive as a reality. And we think perceived reality is reality. It may not be the reality. If I am perceiving that it is sheer injustice, it may not be injustice. I am convinced it's a jnana, this perfect realization I have. It is perfect injustice happening. It may be your perception. For a perceiver, perceived reality is reality. So that is where maturity lies. It may be my understanding, it may be my thinking, and my thinking may be wrong. That is humility. If you're not able to reconcile with things, my understanding may be wrong. I'm not saying is wrong. May be wrong. If Bhagavatam is saying some statement and you're not able to reconcile, we don't jump to the conclusion Bhagavatam is wrong. My experience is limited. My ability to understand things is limited. What qualification I have that I'll be able to understand everything what Bhagavatam is saying? So if these kind of things we have, humility. Same San Francisco, Jayananda Prabhu, all of us have heard about. When Prabhupada would come, all this, he was the senior most. So when all his disciples would be very eagerly waiting to receive Prabhupada, have association of Prabhupada, and Prabhupada would, arrival address. So one time Prabhupada came to San Francisco. All these devotees, they were waiting eagerly in that room. Everyone packed, jam-packed. Prabhupada would come and, they would offer Guru Puja and Prabhupada would give address all of them. So Prabhupada came, tumultuous kirtan, and all the devotees are there in one room, packed, waiting for Prabhupada. And then Prabhupada, had kirtans and then he started speaking. Then he looked around the room, Then he said, where is Jayananda? Where is Jayananda? So he said, Prabhupada, for Rath Yatra, he is getting the Ratha ready. He says, please call him. So Prabhupada did not speak. Jayananda was called. He came, all his hands dirty with grease and all that thing. So Prabhupada appreciated Jayananda. He liked Jayananda so much because he was humble and always busy with his services. It seems in early days when, now temples are run with the donations. There were no donations. Who will donate? There was no Indians coming to the temple, all Westerners. And for them, it's something of the same. So Jayananda, whole day he would drive taxi. He was an engineer. But he had joined the temple. Whole day he would drive taxi and the entire money he would give to the temple. That's why all of you know that Jayananda, Prabhupada, even he was always busy, very humble. And initially all those cards, Rathas which were made, Jayananda Prabhu used to. And Prabhupada even declared that when Ratha Yatra happens, his photograph should be put in the Ratha. So a devotee is humble. Here it is mentioned that when we There may be some situations where we are very agitated. We are seeking solution to some of our problems. We are not able to tolerate. Here Prabhupada is saying that we have a right to ask a particular favor from the spiritual master. Generally, a pure devotee of Lord or a pure disciple of bona fide spirit does not ask any favor either from the Lord or the spiritual master, even if there is a need to ask a favor from the spiritual master. One cannot ask that favor without satisfying him fully. In one sense, we can think that we have to, Krishna says, no, as you surrender, so shall I reciprocate. So we have to serve the spiritual master, serve Krishna. Then there is a saying, some of you probably are, if you pray only when you are in trouble, then you are in trouble. This morning sadhana we do, different seva we do. We are trying to please the Lord, trying to please the spiritual master. Yes, if need be, sometimes when we are helpless, when we are in a very this thing, if we have sincerely served, then we can expect reciprocation of the Lord. This example is very important for us. All of us have to sincerely, sometimes we may have some services which if we do, to chalta hai, not do, to chalta hai. Although we try our best to have some system for measuring, checking, which is important for a conditioned soul. Healthy pressure. Otherwise, there are some services where anyway, kya fark padta hai? Some services are if showstopper. Suppose a pujari has a service and he does not come for Jagran, or the offering does not happen, or somebody's service is there to cook, he does not cook. It's a showstopper. If somebody does not do that service, prasadam will not be cooked, you cannot eat. But there are certain services which even if you don't do, still things can go on. We know many examples. Folk service, it can be like that. No boy will come and say, why you did not make call to me? Why did you not spend time with me? So, it is very important that we do our services sincerely. Everyone should remember this example. If we go to, let's say, D-Mart and we take that cart and put lot of items and come out and pay money for whatever we have taken, D-Mart will be very happy. The more items we take, the more happier they will be. If regularly we take, they will call us a privileged customer. Even flights, they have privileged flyer. They have, points for that, so that people fly more often. Why it's called a privileged customer? The person is repeatedly buying and is paying for what he is buying, and as a result, the company is profiting. Now, imagine somebody goes to D-Mart and just takes one soap, puts in his pocket, and comes out without paying. He may get caught, may not get caught. If he gets caught, again depends on D-Mart policies, what treatment he'll get. But he's a thief. So likewise, when we are living in a community of devotees, each one of us are benefiting from others' services. For example, now, while we are hearing the class, somebody is having a service of offering the food, bhoga. While the class is getting over, somebody has the seva of transferring the prasad. Somebody had the seva of doing that alankara or making things ready for darshanarthi. Somebody had the seva of ordering the thing. Now we'll go after the class, prasadam will be ready and we will have chant prayers and we'll eat. So every one of us are benefiting from others' service. And what is the price we have to pay? How much cash? Nothing. The currency we have to pay is our service. If we don't do our service, even if that service is, kya fark padta hai? How does it matter? If I have to mop this, anyway, this floor is clean only. No? It's not going to get dirty. My assigned service was morning and evening I have to mop. Morning I did, anyway it is clean. Kya fark padta hai? Nobody is going to even notice. Toilet has to be clean. How does it matter? It's clean only, no? If I do it, I don't do it, it's okay. But if we don't do our services, assigned services, sincerely, invariably we are benefiting from other service, and if we don't pay the price, we are a thief. And a thief will be punished. In material domain, a thief may or may not be punished. Like the DMart example. Somebody is smart, he can flick things without getting noticed. But in this case, we cannot go scot-free. Maya will attack. Material nature will attack. So, spiritual life means to be humble, to be sincere, to do our assigned duties sincerely. When some setback happens, some reversal happens, some so-called injustice happens, out of humility. Why this said Trinadapi? This Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Trinadapi Sone, Taropi Sone. Why it is said? Grass, trampled, again gets up. Bamboo, after it grows, somebody tries to bend, it cracks. We should not become like a bamboo. Somebody is even reluctant to correct me because we have not given that adhikara. Even authority sometimes can be fearful. He may not listen. He will not take it in this thing, proper spirits. So they are reluctant to even speak to him. Correct him. So, if we live with this under my understanding may be wrong, it is my doing, I deserve it, Krishna has given token reaction, I should be getting much, much more. All this, some basic 3-4 sutras, if we are equipped with, not only equipped with just theoretically, but apply it, then we will have a peaceful spiritual life. Stop Srila Prabhupada ki, Granth Raj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki.
Jai.